Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to automatically get the file size of an uploaded file using Django. So I wouldn't want to waste your time. We should go ahead and get started with this course already. Then if you want to see more videos like this, do make sure to drop a like on this video and consider subscribing, as it will mean the world to me. And you can also share this video to a friend that might find it useful. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now over here, this is what I'm trying to talk about. So as you can see, we've got this file size over here, which is 3.87 MB, and this is gotten dynamically from the back end. I wouldn't say from the back end. This is gotten dynamically from a function that we've written, okay, because we are not storing this anyway in the back end. Now let's go ahead and upload a new file and see if this changes. So I'm going to come over to select books, and I'm going to come over here, and for the book file, I'm going to choose a new file. And this time around, let's say I want to choose this one over here. I think that should be a little bit larger. And when I save this, come over here and refresh, and let's see. Now what do you notice? The file size changes. Now it's 0.93 MB. How about we go ahead and check if that file is actually 0.93 MB to confirm everything that we've done. So I'm going to come over here, and I think it should be over here. Now when I click on this, what do you see? It's barely 957 kilobytes. So as you can see, it's working perfectly well. Okay, that's it. So let's actually go ahead and upload one more picture. I'm going to upload this one. Welcome to Desphixs, and we're going to see if actually it's correct. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to select this book file, and this time around I want to choose this one over here, and I'm simply gonna I think it's overridden that. So I'm gonna save this, come over here and refresh. Now what do you notice? It's 2.77 MB. So as you can see, it's working dynamically by the function that we've written. So let's go ahead and start doing this. Okay, so in order to achieve this, we won't be doing editing to our models, we won't be doing editing to our views. The only places that we'll be working is using a custom template tag, and also be working in our template. Okay, so this is what you want to do. If you're a beginner, I think this should be a little bit more advanced for you, but don't be scared. It's really easy. There is nothing to actually worry about in it. Okay, but this is what you need to do. Just follow along. Now in your application, in the app, so as you can see, I've got a lot of apps here. I've got books, I've got charts, dashboard, courses, quiz, and a whole lot of things. So in this one called book over here, you can see I have a folder called template tags in it. Now let's come over to the course. So in this one called course, you can see I've got a folder called template tags. So when I open up this one in the course, you can see I have course custom tags. How about I open up the one in the books? You can see that I have book custom tags. So you could call this whatever you want. Now what I want you to do is this. Go over to your app. Your app might be called whatever, base, core, or app, or whatever. Just in the app folder, create a new app and call it template tags. And in the template tags, I want you to create a new file, call it _init__.py, and also create a new file and call it whatever the name of your app is, and call it custom tags. Note, you can call this whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. You can call this pens, orange juice, or whatever, or even your name. Now when you've done this, in here, this is where we need to do some things. So I don't want you to look at this code over here. This is a code that I've written some other time before actually making this tutorial, so don't look at this code. But this is what I want you to look at. Firstly, you want to import this. So from Django, you want to import template, okay, and also you want to say register should be equal to template.library. So now we are registering whatever we've got in here to the template, okay, so that we could use this in our template files here. Hopefully you guys understand what's going on. Now after you've done these two things, that's simply what I'd want you to do. Now the next thing I'd want you to do is quite easy. I just want you to come over here and say define sizeify. You could call this whatever you want. I'm just calling mine sizeify, and we're going to pass in a parameter, and we're going to call it value. So this is what we're going to be using, to keep tracks of if the file is kilobytes or in megabytes or in whatever. You get the point now. So from this point on, I would want you to follow along with whatever I'm doing. To make sure to follow along, or else you're going to have an error, and try paying attention to what I'll be saying. So firstly, we need to check if the value is less than a particular number. So if the value is less than 512000, so I wouldn't want you to pay much attention to these numbers over here. That's just like checking for numbers that are less than megabytes or kilobytes, or what's the other one? Megabytes, kilobytes, yeah, gigabytes, and terabytes. Yeah, I think it's terabytes. Or is it tetrabytes? It's terabytes. Okay, so if value is less than or no, just less than, not equal to 512000, then what do you want to do? Now we want to say value should be equal to value divided by, I think we're going to divide this by 1024.0. So this one over here now is going to give us our kilobytes. So we need to now say extension, you call this whatever you want, and let's just say KB. Okay, so extension kilobytes. But before I go ahead and keep doing this, I want to actually go to my template and get rid of this one over here, so you guys would see that. So you guys would see that we don't have this any longer. So I'm going to refresh. I think we're having an error right now. I'm going to get back here and I'm going to get rid of all this and refresh. Okay, as you can see now, we just have this plain text over here. Now nothing is working. Now I'm going to come over here and uncomment this again. So we want to go ahead and do the next one. So I'm going to copy this, get back here, and I'm just going to paste it in here. Now this one isn't going to be if again, it's going to be elif. So elif value is less than a particular number that's going to be checking for the megabyte. So that number is 4194 and 3040304000, just like that. So if value is less than this number over here, now I want to say value should be equal to value divided by 1048. Okay, just follow along. 1048 and 576. Yeah, 576.0. 1048 576.0, and the extension for this should be megabytes. Then we're coming over to the last but not the least. Yeah, I think it should be the last. Or if you don't want it to be the last, you want it to be the least, you can go ahead and add a terabyte, something like that. But I don't need terabytes. I just need kilobytes, megabyte, or gigabytes. I'm not sure any of my users are going to be uploading files up to terabyte sizes and all that. So for else, what we simply want to pass in is value should be, we're checking for value should be equal to value. This time around, we're not checking if it's less than any number, because if these two conditions over here are not met, then it's falling back to this one. So value should be equal to value divided by 1073 and 4182 then 4.0. So after doing this, the last thing you want to do is just go ahead and add in the extension that we've got over here. So okay, that's not what I want to do. I'm just going to come over here and add in the extension. So after adding the extension, we want to finally go ahead and return something. So follow along with what I'm going to do over here. So I'm going to return percent. Sorry, I'm going to return %s, and over here I'm going to return %. Now what we want to say in here is called this str, and we're going to be rounding the numbers. So we're gonna, first of all, we're gonna round the value, and let's say we want to round it to 2 decimal places, and also over here there's going to be a comma, and we're going to pass in the extensions that we've been defining. Now after all this, we want to go ahead and register the filter that we're going to call sizeify or whatever you want. So I'm going to say register.filter. Now we could use this filter in our template, and we're going to call this sizeify, and over here there's going to be a comma, and there's going to be sizeify. So after doing this, now we could use this sizeify filter perfectly well in our template. So you might be like, wait, how do we use a filter? I'm sure you must have seen me in my other videos do something like pipe crispy. Okay, I'm sure you must have seen something like that. So that's a filter. Now we're going to be using our own custom filter called sizeify. So I'm going to copy this, come over to your template, make sure that at the top of the template you did this over here. Make sure that you did load crispy underscore forms underscore tags. Sorry, not that, this one over here, load book underscore custom tag. This is another tag for crispy forms. Note that you are not loading this, but this one over here. Okay, so after you've loaded this, now I'm going to look for the part where I'm adding the size of the books, and that should be size, let me get back here, file size, I think. Let me just search for that. Okay, there's it over here, file size. So what I want to do is come over here. As you can see, I've got book.book underscore file. Now when I refresh this, I told you guys that it's just going to be returning this. Now what I want to do is simply go ahead and add in the sizeify thing that I've copied. But before that, there's one more thing you want to do. You want to add in file underscore book dot size. Now when I refresh, let's see, what do you notice? Now we have this really long number, but before that we're going to add in our sizeify. So this is now going to make it look a lot more human readable. This is going to make it be in a lot more human readable format. So as you can see, I think this is working perfectly well. Let's hop over to another book and see if this is actually the same or if it's changing. So what do you notice? It's changing perfectly well. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys understood how to go ahead and add in the size of a file dynamically by writing your own Python function for it. So I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Do make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing, and if you are having any issue, just drop it in the comment section. I'm always there helping you guys out to answer your questions and all that. I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. For now, mad love, peace out.